Alright, hello everyone, it's Nigel here once again, and I've got another movie review for you guys. So, this one is going to be continuing our look into the Star Wars saga, the Star Wars Skywalker saga, that is, and that's going to be Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. As always, am not a professional movie reviewer or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time, and I definitely, for the most part, had a good time watching this movie. We, of course, continue from where we left off with Episode 4, and now we're starting to see how the Jedi are going to try to turn the tide against the Empire and everything. So, um, as far as what I liked and didn't like about the movie, because that's how we do things around here. Starting off with what I like, we see how the characters continue to evolve from how they were introduced in Episode 4. We see Luke starting to become more like a Jedi warrior and everything, starting to trust the Force and everything a bit more, and he ends up training with Yoda, of course, and then. We also see the relationship start to blossom between Leia and Han Solo, and so it definitely feels like a continuation from there, and we start to see how the Sith are evolving and everything, or the Empire, I should say, are evolving and everything, and we're introduced, like I said, to some new characters. We got Yoda, who trained not just Obi-Wan Kenobi, but also is training Luke here, as I mentioned. We've got Lando Calrissian, one of probably a lot of people's favorite characters in Star Wars lore. He's a smuggler and everything. He's a smuggler and everything, sort of like Han Solo, and they have a relationship. And of course, we learn more about that. Not just later on down the line, but also by the time we get to the Solo Star Wars movie, which I will review when the time comes. And we're also seeing here the big twist, of course, at the end, the fact that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father, and we also see Luke get his hand chopped off and get the prosthetic hand, which, knowing what we know about Darth Vader from the prequels, man, is that some irony. That is definitely some irony. Although, honestly, it's more so on purpose, obviously, because the prequels came after the original trilogy, so they likely did that on purpose. But, for the purpose of this movie, we see that here. And so, we see the characters start to evolve as the Jedi continue to battle against the Sith, and Luke ends up ditching Yoda for now, to save his friends who weren't in danger yet, but then it turns out it was a trap set for Luke, and Han Solo is encased in carbonite and taken to Jabba the Hutt, sold off to Jabba the Hutt, courtesy of the bounty hunter Boba Fett, which I was warned he didn't have a whole lot of lines in the series, and he doesn't. In fact, actually, I'm not going to get into it yet because we're not quite there yet for me to talk about that. But we're seeing the evolution, and we're continuing to see it here. And as far as what I didn't really like about the movie, honestly, again, some of those effects are kind of even though it's forgivable. It was not the 70s and going into the 80s, so yeah, the effects weren't that great yet, but so there's that. And then I don't really like the fact that we don't get to see a whole lot of the Sith. They're there for the battle, and then at the end, that's really about it. I would like to see a little more of them. Like for the first movie, it was pretty evenly matched. We saw a lot of the Jedi, we saw a lot of the Sith. So, to see that we're not seeing too much of the Sith here, although it makes sense because this is more about Luke training. That's the main thing, is Luke meeting Yoda and then training and everything. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just a complaint on my end. Is the fact that there's not really enough Sith. It could just be me, and it likely is just me who wants to see more. But still, for the most part, pretty good movie. As far as impact in the series, this one definitely has a lot. It introduces the twist that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father and therefore is Anakin Skywalker, and it's obviously something they'll revisit in the prequels and everything. And it's a nice segue into the prequels where now in the prequels we see how Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader, and it leaves some questions like why did Obi-Wan or Yoda not tell Luke that Darth Vader was his father, aka Anakin Skywalker was his father, and yeah, and then what's the relationship between Han Solo and Lando Calrissian? So it leaves some questions, but it also makes for a pretty good adventure, all things considered. But that is gonna do it for this review. I know kind of a short one, but yeah, so that's about it for this one. So we're gonna review episode 6 sometime next week. Sometime this upcoming week. What else are we doing this week? Of course, System Shock Radio and Tales from the Labyrinth, which the latest episodes of those have dropped. So if you haven't already, go check those out. For System Shock Radio, the next up that we're gonna do is the PlayStation versus Xbox debate, and that's probably gonna be a fun one. And I'm also doing the crime analysis video this week, and this week we're going to be talking about John Lennon, or this month I should say, we'll be talking about John Lennon, that crime that took place. So that's going to do it for this review. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys later. Peace.